Hi. So for this week's weekly whiteboard, what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about customer retention in Lazada. Now, I would argue that in this weird times, customer retention is way more important than that of customer acquisition. The primary reason being that it's much harder and it's much more costly for us to get more new customers than ever before, primarily because a lot of the folks that you haven't engaged with yet are now facing difficult decisions with regards to their income, right? Or with regards to their disposable income. And they would normally opt for the brands that they already know and the brands that they already consume. Okay, so in terms of the cost per acquisition nowadays is so much higher now than before. And that is why you might have noticed, maybe from your friends or for someone or from someone else, those who had an existing online platform before, they're doing better than ever in terms of sales as compared to those who are just starting out online. Where while they are getting sales, it's not as good as some of their competitor brands, which have been existing online for quite a while, and they have been getting more than ever before. During the COVID period. So that's why I would say customer retention is more important, especially if you are a brand that's trying to get sales, especially in Lazada. And that said, I'm going to pass on the floor to one of our guests. So our guest for today is Christian Ribar. So he's one of our senior account managers and pretty much one of our resident Lazada geeks. So he's a big fan of Lazada, and he's going to tell us a quick story of this one tactic that helped him generate sales, for a particular Lazada client. And this just lends well to one of our key points in this discussion, which is customer retention. So without further ado, I'll just pass on the floor now to Christian, who's going to answer for us one key question, which is what was the biggest factor for sales, of among our Lazada clients?
All right, thank you, Ken. Hi to everyone. Yeah, as Ken mentioned, retention is really key right now, especially in Lazada. The great
Mm-hmm.
thing about Lazada is that it is a platform where there's already systems where you can leverage
Mm-hmm.
uh, tactics like this. So, and the tactic that I'm talking about is using vouchers.
Yeah.
Vouchers is inherently uh, present in Lazada and in Shopee as well. So if you have a Shopee store, you can use this as well for your Shopee store. And it's something that you can easily set up. Now, in my
Mm-hmm.
experience, I haven't seen um, stores really leverage vouchers to
Yeah.
its full potential. Usually, I see vouchers; they're just there in the store, like no
Mm-hmm.
one's pushing it. But if you're able to use it for your audience, it can be actually a great tool for increasing retention and increasing repeat orders.
Got it. And it doesn't have to be like a 20% discount, right? Or 30% discount. It can be
No,
as small as I think you mentioned it earlier. How much was the discount that you gave?
we were only offering 20 peso discount for a product that costs about 1,700 pesos. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's
Okay.
very small. Yeah.
Got it. And I think the main idea here really is that it's just reminding people that you exist, especially if you are a fresh new brand. You're not a big brand that, like, say, for example, I don't know, like Pantene or Head and Shoulders or any of these big
Yes.
brands. If you're a small brand, I think that is one easy way for you to get brand awareness, right? Which is just to send out these, I think, emails, right? So email vouchers to your past customers within Lazada. And it doesn't have to be huge. It can be as low as 20 pesos as a discount.
Yeah. Actually, the great thing about these vouchers
Mm-hmm.
is these are push notifications in your phone. So
Mm-hmm.
so you see it right away. And that's why the engagement rate is so high.
Mm-hmm.
So, versus you having a Shopify store, for example, where usually your route for sending retargeting or retention
Uh-huh.
campaigns is through email or
Mm-hmm.
even chatbot messengers. This one goes straight to the Lazada app, which is like you're leveraging the platform itself. And so I think that's really one of the reasons why it's so effective, in my opinion.
Got it. And just to clarify for our audience, so
Mhm.
you mentioned the power of the fact that it's get sent through push notifications. Are users or customers also notified in other ways, like email or SMS or any other notification method, or is it just push notifications?
I think it's just push notifications.
Uh huh.
I haven't seen it used in emails, primarily because
Mm-hmm.
emails don't get stored in Lazada. It's really your phone number
Mm,
that gets retargeted and through the app itself.
got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so I stand corrected. But despite that, I would say that push notifications are much more powerful than emails, right? Because
yes,
not everyone is active in any email platform, really. It's really just those people who are generally in a corporate space. They're the ones who keep on checking their emails.
yeah,
Uh, and relative to that, I do agree with you in a sense that the push notifications are, I would say, one of the more powerful ways to remind a customer that you exist. So that's excellent because
yeah,
normally when I see push notifications, it's from the brand, right? Or from
yeah,
the platform itself, not necessarily from the seller or the vendor,
yeah.
like in your case. So that's excellent. And I guess just to re-clarify, right, there's no requirement or anything to get access to this feature. Every single seller in Lazada or even Shopee has access to this customer engagement feature, right?
Yes. Basically, if you have a store,
Mm-hmm.
you can create vouchers. And if you can create vouchers and send messages to your customers, which is present in all stores, Lazada or Shopee, you can do
Mm-hmm.
this. So there are perks for stores that have reached certain metrics, but that's really more for automation and like
Mm-hmm.
quality of life improvement.
Oh, interesting. So what you're saying is that um, while everyone has access to the manual customer engagement messaging platform, right? So you kind of
Yeah.
type in the message yourself, you create the voucher yourself, and you send it out. If you meet certain criteria as mandated by Lazada or Shopee, like ship on time, I think response time and all that,
Yeah.
once you hit that a certain number of criteria, maybe you can give us some insight on what that criteria is. Once you hit that strong customer engagement and strong customer service criteria, then you get to have an automated version of it, right? Which means you can now
Yes.
send it on at scale. Like you don't have to type it one by one for each location.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. And
Uh-huh.
so to just talk about those metrics,
Mm,
it should be an 85% and above positive seller rating. You should
got it.
have at least 50 store followers,
Mm-hmm.
and you should have a customer response rate of customer same day response rate of more
Got it.
than 85%. And that should be, uh, and that is
Uh-huh.
calculated on a 7 day period. So you have to like maintain that status. But
So ibig
otherwise, you can
sabihin
do it manually.
for 7 straight days, dapat you parang you consistently respond within the same day for 7 days straight. Is that correct? Tapos
Yes.
kung di na meet yung criteria na yun, then matatanggal yung automated feature.
Yes. And then pwede mo naman
Got it.
siyang bawiin every time. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so that's very interesting. So maybe you can share with us how it works.
Okay. Um, Okay, so now we're here
Mm-hmm.
inside the Lazada platform, and the first step is to create a voucher. So
Mm-hmm.
it's under promotions and seller voucher. I actually have like a voucher that I prepared for this series of messages that I'm going to send out later,
Uh-huh.
but let's create one first. So I'm gonna click on create new voucher here on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's only one voucher type, which is a collectible voucher. And then obviously you can put in the name of your voucher here. So
Sorry, just to
let's
clarify
yeah,
again for our audience, when Lazada says collectible voucher, it's not like it's tax, diba? It's just a
yeah,
discount code. You apply it one time and then get a discount. So it's just a terminology thing that they have. It's basically a discount coupon.
yes, it's basically a
Okay.
discount coupon. I think it's collectible because you can collect different vouchers from different stores. So you can have like
Mm,
a lot of collections.
got it.
But I
Okay.
think the vouchers are just one-time use only. So
Got it.
you can't
Okay.
have multiple vouchers in different stores.
Sounds
All
good.
right, yeah. And then continuing with this, the voucher name, you could put any voucher, but let's say I'm gonna name it thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would put a voucher redeem period. The way we think about voucher redeem periods is there has to be a deadline. So for
Mm-hmm.
us, we noticed that um, there's an uplift in sales on the 15th and the 30th of the month, which is sweldo time.
Yeah. So all the
So
time.
we try to time it by then. So for example, on my end, I would uh, cap it at um, the fifth, for example, August 15, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this second cut off na pala. So this one is the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
You end niya. And then it will end at, let me scroll it down, sorry, here. It will end at the 11th hour, 23:59:59. So they have
Okay.
1 day to purchase.
Got it.
So this is, I think this sense of urgency is important. You don't want the redeem period to be too long because like
Mm.
you lose the urgency and then you just
Sorry.
might
You
not
meant
convert.
1 day lang. So I'm guessing that you want the start date to be August 31, no? Not 18.
Oh, sorry. This is a range. So
Okay.
my criteria here is for this specific product, since this is a consumable product,
Uh-huh.
we when someone bought like a month ago, we will send it like a week before, like 3 weeks after, because we think that the products will be consumed or
Mm-hmm.
nearly consumed, and they will be in the mood to buy another product. So we try to time it that way,
Mm-hmm.
and then make caps lang na uh, 15th and 30th. So for example, here in this batch, if it's in the 31st, we're gonna target people who bought on the last week of July para sakto yung timing niya kapag the product is
Got it.
almost consumed. Yeah.
Got it. Kasi, and just for context for everyone, yung situation dito is that this is a consumable product,
Yes.
meaning they need to buy it on, at least ideally, they need to buy it every 30 days or every month, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah, it's a product that gets consumed after 30 days. Now,
Yes.
just extending it to people who are selling other consumable products or even a durable product, I think yung insight dito is that you need to understand kung ano yung buying cycle, right?
Yes.
So, if for example, it is a bed sheet, maybe people replace their bed sheets on a yearly basis. And what you
Yeah.
can do as part of this program is you want to time it, right? So you want to target people who bought exactly about a year ago, and then you want to time this voucher accordingly. So you can approach it that way. Again, it really depends on your brand. I think your main insight is that be aware of the buying cycles of your customers. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yung collect start time, you can leave this as blank since you
Mm-hmm.
want people to collect it all the time.
Uh-huh.
For vouchers issued, this is just a cap. So there's a there's a limited volume that you could give. So there's this exclusivity
Yeah,
that you could put. So for example, for us, I would just limit it to 50 um, vouchers to be issued. Obviously, if you have less customers when you're starting out, you could make this even fewer, right?
got it. And kasama din siya sa marketing, no? Like you can say, oh, limited to the first 20, first
Yes.
20, what's the word for it? First 20, I don't know, like
First 20 customers or
available,
first,
yeah, first 20
yeah,
customers. Uh-huh.
or 20 vouchers only,
Yeah,
anything
correct.
like that.
Okay, got it.
And then the voucher limit, we just set this to one.
Uh-huh.
But for if you're selling consumables, of course you can do this multiple times. But since our voucher redeem period has an end date, we assume that uh, one customer will only use it once to sell. But
Mm-hmm.
you can add limits here as you please.
Got
So
it.
we just leave this as one. And then the display area. So there are four options here. So the regular channel means that the
Mm-hmm.
voucher will be seen on your product pages. So if you look at Lazada stores, there's a section there for coupons. That's where it is. Store follower page are store follower vouchers are only for followers of the store. They're the only ones who
Mm-hmm.
can see it. Offline means you have to send the vouchers manually, and
Mm-hmm.
then live stream is if you're doing live streams. For us, we do offline because we want uh, the exclusivity to only the people we engaged with. And for us,
Mm,
for account management, it's actually helpful to track how many vouchers have been claimed, and then so we can assess whether people are actually engaging with this or not.
got it.
So yeah, so for this example, we're going to use offline.
Okay.
Um, and then the next, how would you like to set up your voucher discount? I just do manually set by myself. This
Mm-hmm.
smart voucher advisor is a new feature, but when you do it, it you're kind of locked with the discount
We
that
do
you.
whatever they recommend, which might
Yeah,
harm your margins, no? So
yeah,
might as well do it manually. Okay.
yeah. So do it manually, and then you can do money value off or percentage discount. This is up to you, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so for this, we just do a money value off. So I
Got it.
would, since our product costs 1,680 pesos to be exact,
Mm-hmm.
I just put 1,500. So I'm just sure that every single person who sees this will get a discount. It's just my safety net.
Got it.
And then
And I think this makes sense kapag a store has a lot of products and they
yes,
have, let's say, cheap products and also expensive products. So let's say it's a range of, let's say, 100 peso products and also 1K plus products, right? So you
yes,
don't want the voucher of, let's say, 20 pesos to be valid on the 100 peso product, diba? So
yes,
you want to make
exactly.
sure that your basket size reaches a certain minimum. And yan yung purpose dito.
Yes.
Okay,
So the
got it.
discount will be 20 pesos.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can choose to apply it on the entire shop or specific products. Assuming that you have a store that has a lot of products, let's select specific products. This store only has one product, so you will only see one product. So when you
Mm-hmm.
submit this, oh, sorry, start time should be later than current time.
Mm-hmm.
Since I just have to change this.
Okay.
Time is it 11? Let's do 11:40. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it will show, it will redirect you to a page where you have to select a product. So
Mm-hmm.
for this one, you can select whatever product you want to apply. Obviously, I'm just gonna select this product since there's just one. Um, and then that's it. So when you go back to your promotions seller voucher page,
Mm-hmm.
it will be there already. So that's the first part. I'm actually
Mm.
going to deactivate this just so I don't forget later. But I already have a pre-made voucher here.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to the customers. So since
Mm-hmm.
our focus in this specific exercise is retention, we're
Yeah.
gonna retarget people who have purchased from us before. So, and that's very easy to do. You will just go to orders and review, and then uh, I'm gonna click all, and then I'm just going to arrange this from the most recent order. So
Uh-huh.
these are the most recent orders. So just for this specific example, let's say we want to send it to this person who ordered the last. I just have to click on chat, and then it will
Uh-huh.
open up a pop-up,
Uh-huh.
and then you just have to send it here. So
Uh-huh.
let's say I will type my message. Thank you for your recent purchase of our
Uh-huh.
product. To show our appreciation, here's a discount voucher for your
Mm-hmm.
next purchase. I'm not going to send this since the
Of course.
timing is not yet, but
Tapos
this is
type
the
mo lang yung
message.
voucher dyan, no?
Yeah, actually, andito lang siya sa right-hand side. You just have
Mm,
to voucher, click collectible, and then you just have to press send. And then it will send na.
mm,
And
So,
that's,
dalawang
yeah,
separate messages siya. So, you send out that message first. Tapos, once you send that message, you also send the collectible. Parang kita na lang yung
yeah,
parang banner or something. Okay, that's very
yes.
interesting.
And
Uh-huh.
then that's all you have to do actually. You just have to go through the customers, and that's already a form of retargeting for you. That's zero cost in terms of advertising spend, right?
Free
So
marketing. Why not?
yeah, it's free marketing. And
Uh-uh.
as I mentioned, once you get the stats
Yeah.
that we mentioned, this can be automated. Like I think
Mm.
Lazada has a cap of 2,000 messages every day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in that volume, you can easily retarget 20 prospects and 20 customers, uh, and give them coupons. And you can be creative with it. So for example, if you're launching a new product and you want to launch it to your store followers, you can do
Mm-hmm.
that, right? Um, or uh, you want them to leave a review. You want to
Yeah.
incentivize leaving a review, which is very important in Lazada and Shopee. I think we can have a separate topic on just social proof and reviews and how important it
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do that, like request for review from them and then incentivize them by giving like a small voucher. So
Grabe. Yeah.
with
Maraming
yeah,
configurations so that you can do. It's not just
yeah,
parang a simple template lang. You can also do,
yeah,
other initiatives to encourage people to, um, to encourage people to
yeah.
engage and also buy again from you. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you can even, for the people who have added items to cart but didn't check out, you can even
Uh-huh.
retarget them with a coupon. But that requires that you have the automation tool already, because that's
Okay.
the time
Sige.
when it has to be present. But those
Oh,
are the possibilities that you can do with this.
okay. So I'm sure people's brains are exploding now with all of these possibilities. So let's start with the
Yeah.
basics. Okay. So
Yes.
because all of this requires the automation tool and all that. So I think this is a good win or it's a good way to start, right? So I think the automation stuff can be discussed about later. They can
Yes.
talk to us separately through Messenger or whichever channel. But I think for the purposes of this training, I think this is a big thing already. Again, just to summarize it for everyone, number one, customer retention is cheaper and easier versus that of customer acquisition.
Yes.
And a great way for everyone to start the process of retaining the customers, making sure that they buy from you on a month-to-month basis, is using this customer engagement tool, right? Which is
Yes.
essentially two key parts lang. One is you need to develop a voucher within the platform itself, and then number two, either yourself or someone else need to look at each and every order that has occurred in the past month. If your buying cycle is every month, and then click on the order, click on chat, message them, tell them about your offer, and then send it to them through the process that you've mentioned. And obviously, since it's recorded, people can kind of rewatch that
Yeah.
section again. But with that said, thank you so much. I think I've also learned quite a few things here. And that's it for this week's Wiki Whiteboard. So if you want to get more of this type of content, again, very practical, very actionable, please like or follow our page, and I'll see you, or we will see you again next week. Bye.